Okay, this one. Well, I think this is great. I'm looking forward to hearing you answer because you always answer this one so well. So this is from Sarah. So Sarah says her launch it feels out of the box. Says she doesn't know how to describe a transformation of an offer that is purely for bringing fun and joy in a specific niche. And I saw her follow up to this. I lost the follow up, but the follow up is it's for skaters. And she said a lot of times it's not actually even being bought by the people who are using it. It's being bought by somebody who's gifting it to them. So can you speak a little bit to the transformation, how to talk about the transformation if your product is bringing fun and joy into people's lives?
Yeah, thanks. This is a great question. Thank you, Sarah. When you think about the world right now, think about what's going on in the world. You know, we've got wars, not one, we've got multiple wars. We've got crazy economy, we got inflation, right? Going a little crazy, got interest rates going a little crazy. Politics is just nuts. And I'm not talking about just in the US, around the world, it's nuts. I mean, it's sort of feeling a little 2020-ish. I mean, when you just, I mean, I don't watch the news very much. You know, once a week, I'll pull up Google News. My life's better if I don't see much of the news, but it's feeling a little 2020. I mean, would you agree? It's crazy times out there. It's just crazy times. And in the midst of those crazy times, I think bringing joy and bringing fun is like, what higher purpose or higher value can you have? What could be more transformational than delivering, helping people feel better? You know, I think when we boil down what we do as entrepreneurs, we solve problems. And we either take away pain or we deliver pleasure. That's what everything we do boils down to, one of those. And I think delivering joy, especially like skaters. So I don't know if that's ice skating or roller skating or skateboard.
I think it's figure skating.
Okay, figure skating. I mean, I think figure skating, especially if you're going to be competitive about it, I'm sure it's pretty hard. You know, you're getting up at super early in the morning because to get the cheaper ice time. You know, just hard. It's rigorous. It's doing the same thing over and over and over. And maybe you've got a coach that's so demanding, and it feels like you're just trying to push that boulder up a hill every day, day after day after day. I mean, I don't ice skate, but it just seems like it's got to be one of the more rigorous sports there is. And one of the ones you're doing alone. Maybe you've got a coach, but you're out there on that ice and it's you. And you're fighting your own demons to keep moving forward every single day. And if you can help someone do that with more fun and more joy, what an amazing thing. And oh, by the way, if it can be joyous and be fun, are they not going to continue to be more engaged and continue to practice in a more mindful and masterful way? And wouldn't that end up helping them become a better skater? I don't know skating, but it seems logical. And if you help them become a better, fuller version of themselves as a skater, and you help them become a better, fuller version of themselves as a human, that's what it is, right? Now they're starting to accomplish more. They're feeling better about, the reality is they're not going to win that gold medal. It's almost, the odds are astronomical. They're almost assuredly not going to win that gold medal. But if you can help them become a better version of themselves, so as a skater and then as a human, as a fully actualized human, then then all of a sudden the people around them are better, are happier, right? We all know if we walk through the world with a smile, we transform the people we interact with. And so don't ever underestimate the value you're creating for people, even if you're just helping them feel better about skating or about knitting or about painting or about their tennis serve or their meditation practice. Don't ever underestimate the impact you can make on someone. Don't ever say, they're not really, and it's not a transformation. Well, a lot of you, or some of you, came to us through Amy Small. Amy's one of our cherished PLF owners. She's been here to Durango, visited with me. I got to visit with our entire family. Amy's awesome. She's built a very significant business teaching people how to knit. And she speaks to the transformation so well. Because you think, okay, is knitting, is that really transform people's life? Well, hell yes, it does. Because a lot of times they become calmer. It's almost like meditative to knit. It's amazing. So if just helping someone become calmer and happier is amazing. But beyond that, she's allowing them to, no, not allowing, but she's helping them do something difficult. Actually knit that sweater, and her sweater patterns are crazy town, right? To do a difficult project and do it well and complete it is hugely transformational. That knitter now becomes someone that made this amazing sweater, is wearing their artwork, gets to show it off in her community, gets to get compliments. People will notice it. She can tell them, I made this. That person becomes a happier, more fulfilled, more confident person. And that carries over to every aspect of their life. And so don't ever underestimate the transformation, because helping someone knit a sweater, helping someone become a better skater, hugely transformational. That's why I love this work. I told you that story in the beginning. My initial goal was $10,000 in a year. I was willing to work my ass off to make $10,000. That's when I was first starting out. I was a stay-at-home dad. I was just trying to, my wife is supporting a family. I had 2 young kids, 2 preschool kids. I was up to my neck in kids, and just trying to somehow figure out this business so I could make an extra $10,000. And at that time, I wrote down my ultimate goal was $100,000 in a year. That was I went through this exercise. I learned about this exercise. My biggest goal, the biggest number you can dream of, the biggest in every area of your life, write them down. So I wrote down $100,000. And I hit that. It wasn't immediate. It was about maybe 3 or 4 years to get to $100,000, but it didn't stop there. And it kept on growing and growing and growing. And then finally there was in 2008. So we're talking, it took me 12 years to get to this point, but I did a launch that actually made more than $1 million in sales in less than an hour. So in 12 years, I went from my ultimate that I could possibly think of as $100,000 in a year to $1 million in sales in like 53 minutes. And just, full disclosure, $1 million in sales is not $1 million in profit, because that was a joint venture launch. So I had partners, I had costs, but it was still pretty ridiculous. And the sales didn't stop after 53 minutes. That launched at almost $4 million in sales. And here's a question for you. And I'm getting a little off the top, but I'm going to bring it back. At that point, I had hit every single one of those goals that I set 12 years earlier. And you know what happens? And maybe pop on the chat again, because I think this will be an interesting exercise. Do you know what happens when you meet every single one of your goals and you're still in your 40s? You hit every one of your goals. What happened for me, and I've asked this question a lot to a lot of people, and people that have had this happen, this experience, is, well, Marie said it empowers you. Then it's sort of the opposite for most people that I've spoke to. It sent me into a bit of a tailspin. I was like, okay, what's my life about now? Is that all there is? What's my life about now? What? Yeah, it's like I hit those goals. I was 12 years, I was heads down. Now what's my life about now? And so I just didn't, I had sort of listless for a little bit. And so I did all the things. I went to I went through a Tony Robbins. Actually, I got to know Tony Robbins. I went to one of his live events. I went to Lifebook, was an amazing workshop on figuring out what your life's about. I went to meditation retreats. I went to yoga retreats. I went on wilderness retreats. I went on big, long wilderness trips. I went deep on journaling. And after all of that, sometimes I can be really a slow study at things. After all of that, I realized that my life's about impact. It's about helping people. And specifically, it's about helping entrepreneurs, because I think entrepreneurs are the future of humanity. And I think entrepreneurs who are teaching and sharing their wisdom are the future of education. That's why I love this business. And that's why I love helping someone like Amy Small help so many people with her work. That's why I love helping Ocean Robbins spread that message of the Food Revolution Network. That's why I love helping Denise DT share her money mindset. That's why I love helping Emma and Eleanor share their message of the reconnected, because they're doing amazing work in the world that I could never do myself. But my work is behind their work. I'm just empowering them. And that's why I love this business so much, because we can do so much. We can help so many people by having this online business. And yes, it gives us income. It gives us freedom. It gives us lifestyle. But I think like this is my ultimate flex. They like to talk about that in social. My ultimate flex is that I get to focus on impact. That's why I love this masterclass, because I will impact tens of thousands of people. I will give you that power to feed your family for the rest of your life if you just go deep and learn these skills.
Hey, Launch family, I hope you liked that clip. If you haven't checked this out yet, go to getyoulaunch.com. We have some absolutely free, awesome training on launches that you can get. And we also have some really amazing upcoming episodes with really cool guests that I would hate for you to miss. So make sure you hit that subscribe. It helps grow the channel. And the more subscribers, the bigger the guests we can get. So we're in this together. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.